This time of year always feels like a bit of an adjustment.
Mega spannend. Vanella rende zo achter me aan en Felicia gaat bij zo'n bemoedigend klapje op haar kont.
We're feeling the shift to shorter days and colder nights. While nature is gently settling into its winter rest, we still got plenty of energy to tackle a few more things. There are abandoned projects we want to pick up, ongoing ones we're eager to finish, and one big new project we're ready to dive into.
Something I would still like to do this year is fix the roof on the old part of the house. Overall, still in quite a good condition. The beams and rafters are still solid, but at the back side there's an edge around the roof made in slate, and that's where we have several leaks. So we want to replace those with tiles as well. So this week will be a week of preparation for this project, and I will have a look at a pile of tiles that's still in the back of the garden behind the house, which the previous owners left behind, and see which ones we can still use.
With the temperatures dropping, we've been grateful for the work we've done on the house recently. The double glazing we installed at the end of summer and last week's attic insulation are really making a difference. Our wood stove has been burning every night, making the evenings feel snug and comfortable, while the tawny owl calls out in the quiet of the night.
So this one is 21 centimeters, but this one is 20. Bloody. So these are two of the same, and they fit nicely. That's a Cassine, well, Benzo, and one more of the same. So different than these two. And that fits more or less.
The first thing we're trying to understand is how all these differently sized roof tiles work together, and if the old tiles can work with the new ones that we'll probably need to complete this job. The modern Marsigliese tiles are all standardized, while the old ones seem to vary quite a bit.
That's about 19.5 centimeters. And this is a different type. And that's 20.5.
The second challenge is to figure out how to adapt the roof construction to tiles instead of slate. A long time ago, the same thing was done on the front of the house, so we're taking a look to see how to best copy it.
Hier zie je de oplossing.
De oplossing?
Ja, het verlengen van de rafters. Met dikkere balken of boomstammetjes waar je gewoon balkjes op hebben gespijkerd, geschroefd.
But that's the problems above the window, surely.
Yeah.
The traditional roofing material in this area is a thick, irregularly shaped slate called lose. Starting in the 1850s, each time a roof was relaid, any remaining usable slate was installed on the lower section, with the rest completed in terracotta tiles. As roofs were redone every few decades, the slate sections gradually shrank, leaving only a narrow strip on our roofs today. We had two main options to consider while fixing this roof, each with their own pros and cons. Option 1 is to rewind time and relay the whole roof with slate, but traditional Lange slate roofs are prone to leakages, and repairing leaks in slate roofs isn't easy. Unlike the alternative, terracotta tiles, which allow for easy replacement, localized repairs with slate require experienced workers. This roof has several old repairs where corrugated steel sheeting has been used as a quick fix for lack of a better solution. Though newly made, regularly shaped slate is available, it doesn't match the original look and doesn't feel like a truly authentic solution. Aside from the looks and leaks, we also have to consider budget. Slate roofs are expensive. For us, it would mean buying around 350 square meters of slate, and we'd also need new beams to support the weight of the slate. We could never afford this, even if we really wanted.
21.
Marseillese tiles, on the other hand, have been used here for over 150 years and feel as much a part of the Cascina's history as the slate. Plus, by keeping the tile, we are actually preserving a larger amount of original building material. From a heritage perspective, you treat old houses like a living, breathing thing, treating all of its building phases equally. And we're choosing to continue the process that was already set in motion a century ago.
That's about a good length. Too short. Too short. Too long. That's a good size and thickness.
Goed zo, meisje.
Ja, dat kan je wel.
This is the dumpster find from spring that we turned into a bathroom vanity, but I never got around to finishing it. Just all it needs is a drawer still.
farm will not only be a bit warmer, but it will also feel more alive this winter. Us, two cats, and just a short while ago, when the sunflowers were still blooming, we moved in my mom. If you've been watching our channel from the start, you might remember this was always the plan. For now, she's living with us in the new farmhouse, but with time she'll have her own independent apartment. It's taken some adjustment to align our daily rhythms and find a place for everything. Still, it feels fitting. This farm has always been a place where multiple generations lived and worked together, and it's nice to see that tradition continue.
Ja, oké, trek maar verder. Kom aan, poesje.
Now that we're here, a small update on my rose cuttings that I took a few weeks ago. I had a few where I used the potato method, the ones with the strings, and I do think that there will still be new growth coming from these, but they are doing much slower than the cuttings that went into the soil without a potato. Those are actually doing pretty well. This one has new growth, this one has new growth, this one has new growth, and on these two there's new buds ready to sprout. So that's 100% success rate. And these are the pink rambler rose, and those are yellow, cream yellow shrub rose. The ones with the potato method are doing slower as well, but the other two both have new growth. This one has a lot of new growth. So I'll have more roses next year, hopefully, if they survive the winter. So the next time I do this, I will not be using the potato method because it seems quite unnecessary. And I'll definitely be taking more rose cuttings in the future. At the beginning of the year we planted some lilac and Japanese quince here behind me where you see the white string, and I'm gonna add the hibiscus that we took out from the front garden yesterday in this row as well. We haven't really given an update on how the lilacs and Japanese quince are doing, but they've all taken and they've all survived the summer. We also put some elderflower in there, elderflower cuttings. And of those, I think about half made it. So I'm gonna fill up the gaps of the row of elderflowers with hibiscus. And I also have a few more lilacs that I'm gonna add to this row. There's a public footpath running all the way down from the street alongside this field downwards to the field below. And we want to plant a hedge along it so that we have privacy in our garden on that side, and people can still walk here.
So we're now about 1/3 going through the big pile of tiles, and we now have recovered about 240-50 good ones. And if I look at the roof of the old farm, I think we need about 600 or 700. So we should have enough. And if we don't, we just checked with the new tiles I bought today. We can make it work with some new tiles as well. So this way they work perfectly, really. They nicely slot into each other, and one is not too wide. They all sit nice. It's just the height of the hooks for the battens. And if you turn these around, the only problem is that these little hooks for the battens are slightly higher than these. So if we would use this tile, we would need to heighten the batten locally. There's quite a bit of roof tile history collected in this stack of tiles. There's a few different makes of tiles, and these are the oldest ones, and there aren't that many left, but they are the prettiest, with this ridge in the heart. But these are not as stackable as the more modern ones. So clearly in recent times producers have prioritized ease of stacking over aesthetic detail.